Hello friends, good evening all of you. So today's session we are going to cover teaching aptitude class 3. So today we are going to cover what is learning, who is a learner and learner characteristics everything. So we can move on to the session now. First one, what is learner introduction? So normally learners before we understand the teaching first we should know first who is learner. A learner is not just a student sitting inside the classroom. So, a learner, anyone who gains knowledge, for example, still even teachers also gaining knowledge. Everyone they are learners. So, who's gain knowledge and skills, attitudes, values through different learning experiences. So, unlike a student who usually learns under a guidance of teacher in formal classrooms, a learners can gain knowledge from various sources like books, internet, daily life, observation, through their experiences and personal experience and anything. So learning is a continuous lifelong process. Actually, even 40 years also, 50 years also, we have to learn something. So that is a lifelong process that can occur in both formal and informal environments. So curiosity, motivation, and the desire to improve are the driving forces to encourage effective learning. So every learners is unique. It's not same. It's not. They will learn the different patterns. The learning behavior is influenced by factors such as age, maturity, their confidence, and previous knowledge. What are the interests, their interests, and what are the abilities and social backgrounds. So depends on that it will change everything. So now we can say just characteristics of learners. So learners characteristics we have four major categories. First one, personal characteristics. Personal characteristics refers to the individual background and personal attributes of a learner. So this factor influence how a learner thinks, personally how they will think, how they will behave, and participates in the learning process like age, gender, place of birth, language, cultural backgrounds, and their socio-economic status and family environments and so many things. For example, we can say a learner from a rural area may be different learning process. Maybe the urban area they have the different approaches. So learners they have different depends on the growth actually. So next one, academic characteristics. So academic describes a learner educational background and learning achievements. They indicate learners levels of knowledge. What is the levels of knowledge and what is the learning goals and academic performance? For example, we can take educational qualification and what about the previous knowledge, and what is the learning objectives them and academic and achievement and everything. It depends on that it will change subject interest and learning performance. For example, one student maybe it's very familiar with the mathematics. One student is not at all will take mathematics. It's very tough for them. So depends on the characteristics, academic. The one person science it's a famous subject. For one student science it won't. It doesn't like science. So depends on the one characteristics, academic interest. Maybe they will learn and social and emotional characteristics. This explain how learners interact with others. For example, one student will mingle with others very easily, but one student she won't at all mingle with anyone. So it depends on the social and economic characteristics how they are managing. So how they are managing emotions, everything. So positive social and emotional development improves communications, cooperations, and whether confident and overall classroom participation. For example, we can take the self confidence and emotional stability and social interaction. What are the teamwork, how they are doing, and leadership qualities like this. Next one, cognitive characteristics. So it is related to mental process involving in learning. So this determines how learners understand and how they are remembering, how they are analyzing, how they are applying the information what they have learned to they are applying for real time. This includes like thinking ability, reasoning, what is their memory power, attention and problem solving, decision making, creativity, and their analytical skills. Because some students maybe understand new concept quickly, but some students they require demonstration. Some students, they need some other extra explanations or extra time to understand this one. So full and full is a vary one learner to other learners. Individual differences. No two learners are exactly the like actually the same thing. What we have seen, the characteristics, the same thing. So every individual differs in terms of intelligence, interest, what is the personality, learning style, and their motivations and abilities. So this variations actually is known as individual differences. So recognizing these differences enables teachers to adopt suitable teaching strategies that address need of all learners. First, what is the types of individual differences? For example, first one, perception. What is perception? Perception refers to the way learners interpret and understand information or situation. So different learners may have different viewpoints about the same event. For example, we can say one student may view an examination is an opportunity actually, but some students it will take as a stress. So like this, it's difficult for every learners. Intelligence and sharpness. Learners differ in their intellectual abilities. So some understand concept quickly while others need additional explanation practice. So example one, we can take one learner may solve mathematical fast. One learner may actually they won't touch at all. Some students like science or physics like this. Next one, enthusiasm and motivation. So motivation influences a learner's willingness to learn. So the reasons for learning actually differ from one individual to another. Example, we can say, for example, some learners study to gain knowledge, but some others were achieve to grades or career success. So they want to get marks. For that purpose only, they will learn actually. Cognitive ability. So cognitive ability determines a learner capacity to think, analyze, remember, and solve problems. Already last slide we have seen. So what is the example? A learner with strong reasonable skills maybe and can analyze complex situations also they can handle actually. And age factor. So age affects the learning preferences and learning speed. Young learners are generally actually they will do more curious and adaptable, but while adults rely more on the previous experiences. So age factors also it's one of the things. And learning approach. So learners adopt different methods to understand and retain knowledge. Some prefer reading, while some others they will want to see audio or video materials, and some others they want to hear. They want to uh, see some demonstration and practically. So learning methods they will approach it differently. And the problem solving approach, every learner has a unique strategy for solving problems. Some begins with simple tasks and others will tackling is a difficult problems also. During examination also we can say this one. And personality, attitude and health. So personality, attitude and physical health and emotional well-being significantly influence learning. There's also one of the differences. So learner characteristics and meaning, what personal means background, age, the same thing. Academic means educational level, prior knowledge and learning goals. And social and emotional means confidence, emotions, relationship and teamwork. And what is cognitive means thinking, reasoning, memory, attention, problem solving. These are the things. So just for your notes purpose only, just have given table. Individual difference is what? Perception means different options about the same situation. Intelligence means fast learner or slow learners. What is the motivation? Learning for knowledge or career. Yes. So next one, what we can say? Cognitive ability, difference in reasoning and memory. So like this, we can see everyone there's a one thing different. And what are the characteristics of adolescent learners? So normally adolescence means 12 to 18 years. So our learners between 12 to 18 years who experience rapid physical, emotional, social and cognitive development. So you can take academic, they enjoy exploring new subject or learning through activities. Social, they are strongly influenced by their friends or enjoy group activities. Actually, many of them this age actually they will with mingle with the groups. And emotional, the experiences mood changes and need encouragement. They need actually many times they will happen some mood changes and they need encouragement. Cognitive, they begin to think logically and they will solve a problem independently. This age, this one. Next, characteristics of adult learners. So adult learners are usually 18 years and above, they are saying is the adult learners who learn with specific goals and use their life experiences during learning. So how they will take this when academic means they learn to achieve personal and career goals. Social, they share their experiences and learn through discussion. Emotional, they are self-motivated and emotionally mature. Cognitive, they relate new knowledge to real life situations. They are actually very mature and they will go, depends on previous experience. So this is the very important table. It's exam time purpose. Just you can go through. This is just given for that. Even you can take screenshot or in WhatsApp group. Just you want to share. I'll share you this table actually. This is very important. If we can see, we can say any types of questions for adolescent and adults learners differences. Okay. So some questions we can see. Which of the following are the intellectual development characteristics of adolescence? First one, imagination. Intellectual development. Intellectual development we have to see. And abstract emotions. Emotions sure we won't get. Okay. That we can eliminate means be where it is. We can eliminate the answers if you don't know correctly. Just we can eliminate. Sometimes every three answers also may be eliminated. So there it will be very good within 2 or 3 seconds. We can move on to the next question. Again I'll tell you, even theory questions, even some calculation based questions also, we can use this methods. Really it's very useful for competitive exams. Okay, so we can say, so imagination, sure we need imagination, and thinking and reasoning also we need, and this also we need, this also it has to be there, and span of attention. Okay. Next one you can see statement one. Adolescent since a period is a traditional transitional period, growth of development between childhood and adulthood is correct. It's a middle age. And this period is emotionally stability and great relief. Not at all actually. So they will get so much of emotional thinking, and they won't be stable actually in the emotionally actually in this period, and they are not relief actually. So it's opposite term. So this is a statement one is true and statement two is false actually. That is called middle age. And which of the following are the intellectual characteristics of adolescence? So here you can see variations of emotional moods. Emotional, intellectual for this purpose, emotional won't get. So we won't get this one. And development of imagination, sure we will get. Increase of span of attention, sure we will get. And pulse rate, increase in pulse rate, nothing is there. It's totally wrong. In any type, we won't get this answer. So you can eliminate D option only. Even A option, if you have doubt, you can eliminate D option only. D option, D option. So this is also D option. But I am not telling you every time we will eliminate for three option also. But possibles are there. So we can use that option, because many times if you do this one, we will get correct option actually. Even if you know also, you can use this method, it will be very best. If you know answer, just you can move on to that, it's not a problem. But little if you have doubt also for that question, you can use this one, you will get confident. Okay, so I hope today's we can complete this video. Actually we have lots of questions I have made, so we don't have time. And we are I'm going to conduct next month. I'm going to conduct every week's one session, live session for paper one also. If you are interested, those who are interested, kindly join, and we can make it as a clarification and doubt clearing session also, and we can save some PYQs also in the live session. So it will be very good to interact with this one. And thank you all of you. subscribe this channel and to see this full video we will get benefited. Thank you once again.